Record now. Okay, I see the recording little symbol. We are recording. Hi, YouTube. YouTube can't save you, chat. Again, YouTube cannot save you. Alright, groupers and groupettes, you know the routine by now. I am watching chat. I am reading your messages. I just can't reply to everybody. I will stop periodically. Yada, yada, yada. You love the routine. Let's fucking get into it. I was about to change the category, but I double checked. We're in just chatting. We're fine. We're in just chatting. Don't worry. YouTube, get over here. I don't think I have seen this one actually. Well, nor have I, senpai, so we're gonna experience this together. Let's go.
But what if it wanted to consume your flesh? In today's challenge, I will be crash landing 10 colonists on a planet full of rapidly replicating killer squirrels.
Wait, this is just like the fucking cockroach Fallout one we watched the other day. This is exactly the same carnage, they just fucking duplicate. They're gonna be mad, freaking, what's it called? They go like feral, it's called like Man-Eater or something. Roach remake? I think the Roach one is a remake of this one, because this one
We
came
have
first.
16 days to establish a base camp before the squirrel onslaught begins. On day 17, one manhunter squirrel will spawn and attack us. The amount of squirrels that spawns doubles every day.
Oh no. That's so fucked. I'm gonna be real. I don't know about you guys, but when I play Rimworld, if there's ever like a Manhunter pack, I just fucking hide everybody inside. I don't fucking deal with it. I just let them fucking hide, because the Manhunter pack can't open doors. So I just hide everybody inside the base, and I normally have fruit stored there, so we're fine. So I never deal with them. Never ever in
According to this graph. This may not seem threatening, but if you've passed grade 6 math, you'll know it won't take long before we're being assaulted by hundreds of squirrels every day. Our goal is to survive 28 days of Squirrel Armageddon and establish ourselves as the dominant life form on the planet. But before we can begin this challenge, I have an exciting announcement to make. For the first time in the 5-year history of this channel, we finally have an actual sponsor, and it's
Wait, is this how it began? Is this how it all began? You got sponsored by Rimworld? I've not played Rimworld. Fucking play it. It's
real
so
this
good.
time, not like last year when I pretended to be sponsored by a sex toy company. This video is officially sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It's the RPG
God. We were just talking about them earlier. We were legit talking about Raid earlier.
PvP gaming experience of your lifetime. Available now on iOS and Android with millions of players, actually very good graphics, and constant updates.
Very good is subjective. I don't think it's very good graphics. I think it's okay at best.
Raid is the answer to every question you've ever asked. My favorite champion? It could be Tashada. I mean, just look at those stats.
Hello? Reggie, your fucking text box is in the way, buddy. You're rude, but hello, nice lady.
Or even Madame Saris. She can support me any day. But if I'm being honest, it's Broadma, because it's attainable for a guy like me. I just want to get all lost up in them folds, boy, I tell you what. Sorry, what? Oh, Raid! As you can tell, love is in the air this month, and new players can participate in Raid's Valentine's-themed love quest. Just
Raid sponsor us, maybe one day, but not right now. Good is sponsor, Good is sponsored as.
download Raid from the links below and head to the address on screen to enter your player ID and begin your personal love quest. Play the Valentine's-themed minigames for a chance.
Oh, wow, hello, lady. I won't lie. The character designs are pretty nice. A very, very pretty lady, and I like that.
Win virtual and real prizes such as Raid Champions and even Amazon gift cards up to $1,000. Additionally, everyone can use promo code SaintValentine23 to receive a Valentine's Day gift straight from me to you. Create your own unique playstyle with
Is he a goblin? Was that freaking goblin he freaking used as a reference?
over 600 champions and millions of ways to customize your team.
Damn,
Battle
600.
countless bosses, expand your roster, and assert your masculinity by coupling your phone's power supply to your pacemaker, thus ensuring you'll always be able to play Raid Shadow Legends, or else you're already dead.
Don't do that, chat. Don't do that. Legit, don't do that. That's very
Click
bad.
my link in the description below or scan my QR code to download Raid and receive $30 of in-game items, including 200,000 silver and free epic champion Chonaru. Thank you Raid for sponsoring this video. Now
Character designs are very good, but somehow feel generic. Yeah, but I mean, at least they're not ugly like your modern day AAA. If you compare them to AAA games, and it's like, okay, these are actually good. These actually, look like people, and they look, appealing and not ugly as sin.
Let's begin. I've decided that if I'm going to commit genocide, I can at least enlist the help of some experts. So I picked my 10 starting colonists randomly from the comments section on my most recent video. With such a diverse and intimidating team, I felt as though we might actually
That's actually such a good idea. Starting a Rimworld colony and picking random, fucking Twitch viewers or, YouTube commenters. Maybe that'd be a stream idea.
have a chance at this. We crash landed on this alien world, 10 men against an entire planet of squirrels. Collectively, we are the can that is to be crushed. However, with a little ingenuity, we just might be.
How many of us would die? Don't get ideas. No, I might do that. I might do that. I might take it like a stream. We play Rimworld, and I'm gonna put you guys in it. You're gonna be my colonists, and I'm gonna see how long you survive. Don't worry, chat. I'll take care of you.
Able to survive. I began by surveying the area to identify the most defensible position. It was a mixture of mountainous terrain and rainforest vegetation. Not ideal.
Wait, he's in a range. Oh no. The rainforest, you always get sick. It's so fucking annoying being in the rainforest.
But it has potential. We have only 16 days until the Squirrel Scouts will discover us, and not long after that begins total Squirrel Armageddon, so we need to move fast. Luckily, we landed in a fairly safe position.
Ooh, yeah, you're right up against a mountain. Well, that's what I always do. I always dig into a mountain and then make my base inside the mountain, so it's like impenetrable. I was gonna say unimpregnable. Wait, no, that's the right word. Yeah, unimpregnable. You can't make my base penetrable.
So we'll just make our base here. We don't actually have enough time to develop a fully functional colony, but we can operate as a primitive hunter-gatherer tribe that has specialized entirely into guerrilla warfare.
I would have fucking primitive tribe have fucking IEDs, bro. How? Explain that one. Explain that one. Literal dwarf fortress tactics to dig into the mountains is the best fucking option because they can't get into the mountains. I mean, they can, but it takes a while. I mean, you can just flank around and go and gun them down as they're doing it. Easy.
You see, my plan is to transform this entire map into a functional squirrel-killing death trap. My hope is that by constructing a series of elaborate devices and pitfalls, we can reduce the squirrel numbers to manageable levels before we ever have to engage them in direct combat. Naturally, this is going.
Wait, why doesn't he? Okay, I just realized. Why doesn't he make a kill box? Or a death corridor? Or, legit, there are some tactics in Rimworld where you just make a corridor where it's open, so whenever you get attacked, enemies flow through the path of least resistance. So if you have an opening to your base where you make it a long corridor filled with booby traps, they just go through it. They'll just walk through it and walk through the booby traps and get hurt and hopefully die before they even get to your base. Just do that with the fucking
It's going to take a lot of resources, and so began the great deforestation of day one. We will repurpose every last blade of grass on this godforsaken planet as a weapon against our enemies. Oh, and I
takes time because that's boring. Timer actually. Oh, good point. Yeah, there's a timer for that. Impregnable, not unimpregnable. Chad, why are you obsessed with making my base pregnant, huh? Why do you want to knock up my base,
No,
huh?
you might be thinking, Reggie, just build a door. Squirrels can't open doors.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
correct. But much like wearing a strap-on to a bukkake party, it's just not in the spirit of the challenge. And so our rule is that the squirrels must have clear access to our colonists at all times. It doesn't have to be safe or fast, but it must be available.
This is a death corridor. It might have a different name. I call it death corridor. But so all the parts you have to walk through, you just set up traps all along it, and they'll just hit every single one. Clock was ticking. Fuck the base. You guys keep wanting to fuck my base, and I don't know why. Why not? The sense impregnable style system. Impetus?
Now, while we have already accepted our lifestyle as filthy, dirt-eating cretins, we will still require some basic amenities to prevent our colonists from going completely insane. As such, I began construction on
gods. They're mental snaps. They're mental snaps. Holy shit. I'm so glad there are mods to deal with their mental breaks, because I would just not fucking be able to handle
on
it
a
otherwise.
tasteful bedroom, as well as a slave labor research cave. And that was day one. Research, wood gathering, and interior decorating, the trappings of any good genocide. But if we want to survive
Ah yes, interior decorating, the best genocide. What?
past day 20, our society will need to evolve into a more techno-militaristic and authoritarian regime. With my personal guidance, I think
For the CCP. They're transforming into the CC. Oh no.
we can get there. The sun reluctantly rose again on this death world, and with some wood finally stockpiled, I had our colonists begin construction on our main defensive project. I'm not sure that it's fair to call it a maze, since it's impossible to get lost, but it's a spiral-shaped structure meant to corral enemies into a single-file line.
Yeah, exactly. This right here, chat, is like the goated fucking strategy for dealing with raids. You'll need some more tanks for the squad. Sure, you will.
Not overly threatening in its own right, but I installed a mod that allows me to build rat traps. They are fairly cheap, and it only takes 2 to kill a squirrel. By filling our maze with over 200 rat traps, I could guarantee our colonists some level of security, at least until we start dealing with the later waves of the squirrel army.
That's a lot of squirrels, bro. That's a lot of squirrels. A kill tunnel? Yeah.
This would be our primary construction project for the next few days. During this time, nestled into the side of a mountain, was my team of research scientists, furiously folding and unfolding the same piece of paper.
Yeah, true. They're just fucking throwing paper on there, and that's research, apparently. Alright, chat, if you think about it, real research in the real world is the same thing. It's just people throwing paper on tables over and over again and going, Eureka! That's how research is made.
In an attempt to extract some arcane knowledge. In time, we managed to discover some basic human necessities, such as power generation and chlorine gas. I have to say, there was something relaxing about watching the colonists.
He's already unlocked the mustard gas, chat. He's already unlocked the wolf prime gas. Fuck me.
Hard at work, bending the very planet to their will and literally draining the swamps. It is tranquil in a way that belies the reality of this holy war. Complacency would mean death, and innovation life. Our scientists understood this, and we developed a way to jerry-rig some very low-tech turrets made and fueled.
Okay, this is a mod. This is a mod. There's no shot you can have both turrets. Excuse you? WW1 maxing chlorine gas, holy fuck. Yes, Geneva's suggestion can be ignored. Exactly.
Fueled entirely by wood. We outfitted our base's perimeter with these turrets and also began to spray down the surrounding area with water, thus turning the battlefield into a thick, muddy mire that would slow.
They're literally making like World War I trench warfare. Bear, that's not even a joke. They're literally WW1 maxing.
Attacking armies. By this point, food was beginning to become an issue. If we could survive for a few more weeks, we could transition to an entirely squirrel-based diet, but for the time being, we would have to survive via turtle meat and photosynthesis. Our initial arrival.
Photosynthesis? No, bro. I'm pretty sure that doesn't work on people, right? Or does it work on you people? I don't know. Does it? For me, photosynthesizing doesn't work. But maybe some
may
people
have been met with sunny skies.
Like those people who say all they need is air. They can eat air and they're fully satiated. Yet you look at them and they're literally wasting away.
But now rain has washed down on our base for the past 3 days. Possibly monsoon season, but also possibly an early warning sign that we are not welcome. It was maybe for this reason that I had no qualms in building toxic power generators just outside our base. Sure, it will eventually pollute the entire planet and destroy countless.
But it's free power, so it's okay. That's why. Chad, trench warfare enjoyer. Hey, I also enjoy trench warfare, okay? I have a Krieg army, like, half built, okay? I like my trench warfare.
Ecosystems, but if you shorten your time frame to 28 days, you'll realize there are a surprising amount of things that you simply don't care about. With this, our colonists transitioned from construction to mining. I studied a lot of tape on the Viet Cong in preparation for this challenge, and the development of an intricate series of tunnels was key to their success as guerrilla warriors. We too could utilize this
You're fighting squirrels, bro. This is not fighting against the freaking the USA and Nam. This is not the same thing. This is not the same thing,
Technique,
bro.
popping out of the mountain to lob explosives at our enemies before disappearing into a vast darkness. Work carried on for the next few days. The occasional raider would show up to help us test our defenses, and our colonists began to grow unhinged from their daily 2 hours.
It's so serious. Cat telling Broig. Oh no, they're already falling apart. His colonies are already fucking falling apart here. You're underestimating squirrels, Nephi? No, no, this is not a challenge. He's easily gonna do this. Right? There's no shot he doesn't fucking win here. I don't care how many, you just need mollies and shit like that, and you just burn them all and they're dead. Easy, squirrels like easy, bro.
Our horseshoe games in 40-degree weather. But as they say, life goes on. With the discovery of weapon manufacturing and artillery, our society is beginning to take form.
You've got mortars, you cannot lose. You cannot lose with mortars. Sun Tzu always said, chap, you cannot lose if you have mortars. Like, that's a quote from the book. That's a quote from the Art of War, chat, okay? Look it up, look it up.
As an idiot savant of sorts. Basic sanitation and plumbing mystifies us entirely, but building a fertilizer IED is a relatively uneventful affair, and so we began to add additional layers of redundancy to our defenses. What's that? You passed the rat trap maze? Amazing! Let's celebrate with a bouquet of Mark II grenades.
Oh boy. Squirrels versus tunnel rats. Squirrels will fuck you up in loud. You're underestimating squirrels.
New
To quote some zoo, fuck them squirrels. Yeah, exactly. Gonna have to reread Art of War then. Yes, you do. Also, Kane Godzilla, thanks as well. Welcome in. I prefer a bouquet of grenades to flowers. You're weird.
Even got past the grenades, huh? Let's see how you do with tight spaces filled with circular saws. Amazingly, despite these hazardous working conditions, none of
Bro, he's making a literal fucking Tomb Raider fucking, like, freaking tomb at the minute. Like, it was just literally fucking Tomb Raider
our
shit.
colonists have died in a freak accident, though they have certainly tried. The first wave of squirrels would soon be upon us. A certain tension fell over the colony as I began to wonder if our preparations would even come close to being adequate. It's one thing to kill a homeless man with rat traps. It's another thing entirely to stop 2,000 squirrels. My colonists finished the day in the workshop, preparing some flammable liquids and machine.
No, yeah, just set up fucking booby traps, some chemfield booby traps all over the place. Your base is made out of wood, all the exterior is made out of wood. Perfect, it'll burn them
Pistols
alive.
for the coming days. The sun set and rose again, bringing with it an agent of destruction. A solitary squirrel
A single squirrel, agent of destruction.
nationalist. As expected, he didn't even make it past our turret, but the blood spilled this day has set in motion the wheels of war. A war that would not end until there was no blood left to give. Some would view this first squirrel as a kind of Franz Ferdinand, a holy martyr even. We, however, viewed him as lunch. The next few squirrel attacks progressed without much trouble. Our
That's what I'm saying. They'll be fine, child. They'll be fine. They just gotta gun them down, burn them out.
colonists are awful at shooting. However, their guns were designed in complete darkness by a person suffering from extreme heat stroke, so I think we're just lucky to be alive. All in all, the days were flying by, and we even managed to acquire some reinforced barrels from a
They can actually make mortars now with reinforced barrels. Let's go. Truly World War One. Chill and eat squirrels. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Kill them and then use them as food. Easy. I have a suspicious feeling that they will, in fact, not be fine. No, I think you're being mean. I think they got this. I think they've got
traveling merchant. This would allow us to construct a small
They have mortars. Come on,
mortar battery in the back portion of our base, which would be essential to our late-game defense. Day 21 was when the squirrel threat really began to register. Of the 16 attacking squirrels, several managed to make their way
This is easy as shit. They got this.
to our gun line, and they nearly killed Squire. For our safety, we now need to rely more and more on our extensive infrastructure of traps. This was a stressful revelation. The world was closing in on us now, and our colonists were nestled into their awkwardly designed fortress, mass-producing rat traps and fine-tuning the defenses of what
The fact they have circular saws as a trap is so so funny to me is a literal cartoon level
might be
shit.
their final stand. By noon of day 22, our next batch of enemies arrived. 32 squirrels, each one entirely intent on destroying our micronation and feasting on our
I want to say that's a lot of squirrels. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I've seen worse too. I had an insect infestation in one of my games that just kept progressively growing and growing and growing until it consumed half the map. To the point the frame rate was dropping like noticeably and I had to abandon that save. I've seen worse than this before. I've seen worse. Creature no, in Rimworld, there are insects that can like fucking spawn in and they make nests or like hives and then those hives produce more and then those insects make more hives, and it just goes and grows and grows like that. It was exponential
flesh.
growth.
I had the colonists work through this attack because it was too dangerous to directly participate. The squirrels quickly overwhelmed our turrets, but the maze made short work of them. For now, the maze would be our guardian.
See? This is what I was saying, chat. Just funnel them into a kill
But our
corridor.
ability to replenish it was rapidly diminishing relative to their ability to destroy it. We managed to survive day 23 thanks to an incredibly unlucky trade caravan being absolutely devoured by the wave of 64 squirrels. Despite their primitive weapons, the traders managed to whittle down the attacking army to a very manageable size, which we had no problem defeating. It was also at this point that I realized we could process the dead squirrels directly into chem fuel. This became the number one.
That's so fucking big brain. Yes, turn them into fucking chem fuel. Some of them seriously thinking, no. Oh, they got mauled. They were primitive savages with like sticks and stones. They weren't meant to fight anyway. That's why they got mauled by little fucking buggy
One
boys.
priority of the colony, in addition to the basic maintenance of our exterior defenses. If I could convert hundreds of squirrels into hundreds of barrels of explosive liquid, there's no telling what we could be capable of.
A massive fucking bomb. Squirrel petroleum lotion machine. Exactly, Gray. Exactly. Let's turn the bugs into oil. Join the Helldiver.
It is now the 8th wave of Armageddon. 128 squirrels barrel down on us like a bulldozer full of rabies.
That's sizable. Okay, that's nothing to scoff at. That's sizable. I still see
However,
bigger.
something strange is happening. Chunks of rock are falling from the sky and flattening our opponents. Initially, I thought it was a meteor shower, but then I remembered several days ago I had made blueprints for the construction of several catapults.
Let's go, big brain catapults.
I didn't even realize they had been completed, but nevertheless they were absolutely emasculating the attacking forces. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure this is a very ineffective weapon due to its poor accuracy, but when you're
I beg to differ. I think catapults are a very based kind of weapon, and also very sexy, and they're very tall and handsome. Yeah, I think catapults, they're
dealing
cool.
with this many squirrels, you really can't miss. While the squirrels managed to disarm most of our rat traps by running into them face first, we now have a new and effective weapon.
Trebuchet better. I mean, that goes without saying, trebuchets are better, but catapults are also good too, okay? I respect my catapults. When you have so many enemies, accuracy is not mandatory. Exactly! Would you like a room with a catapult? Let's see, maybe. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. Who's to say? Who's to say?
Our priority now is the construction of as many
Stop gooning for catapults? Never, never. I'm not gooning. I'm just trying to big up catapults, okay? They're being shit on, and I don't think that's fair. I think catapults are just as good, okay?
catapults as humanly possible. We now have only a few days standing between us and total victory, but our base is certainly looking a little worse for wear. Aside from the attrition inflicted on our defenses, our base is covered in the rotting
Yeah, this is insane. The amount of dead corpses there are. Holy shit.
bodies of hundreds of squirrels. And honestly, it's starting to freak some of us out a little bit. It's not clear if the squirrels adopted this Red Army style of warfare for these psychological advantages, but regardless, it's working. Panic attacks, murderous rage, and all forms of mental disorder are becoming increasingly prevalent among our colonists.
This is the worst part of that Rimworld right here. is when your colonists go into like mental states because they have mental chat, like they may have like a mind and shit, and if they see too much fucked up shit, they will snap, or they don't get to eat, they don't get time to like relax and decompress and stuff like that. They will break, they will snap, they will have tantrums, they will go fruit binges, they will fly into murderous rages like this. Like this is a very common thing for fucking woman. What do you mean woman? Fuck you, bear. Also, hopefully, thank you for the six. I can't speak. Thank you for the 6 months, people. What the fuck? Thank you. Thank you 6 months of tier 1. This is why psychopath colonists are better. No, you didn't want that because you can eat people. That's all you want. Yeah, if you force your colonists to eat people and they're not psychopaths, they will have like severe debuffs. If they're psychopaths, they won't care. It'll be fine. They're fine with eat people. Squirrel 1 prepare you for some of these situations.
Luckily, there is a
Schedule
one-size-fits-all medicine for these problems. A complex series of gang initiations to return you to your senses. It was at this point I realized we are no longer growing as a colony. Rather, our development has likely peaked around day 20, and every day after that, the squirrels have been rapidly eroding our progress. Our society is in a sort of tailspin, but so is the squirrel population. The question is, which will hit zero first? Wave after wave hit our base. 256 became 512, which eventually became 1024, the second last wave of the entire challenge. Hundreds of kamikaze.
Okay. Yeah, what you saw there, that was what it was like when the circuit insects spawned and kept spawning and like devoured entire like corners of the map for me. Like every time I moved my camera over there, the frame rate would stop dramatically and it was just unplayable. Jesus can't save you here.
These squirrels have left our catalog of traps dangerously thin, and I felt as though our chances of survival were low. It is now time to initiate scorched earth tactics. Just prior to the arrival.
Are they actually gonna lose this? Like I legit thought they were gonna win. Because I was like, oh, Squirrel, it just needs like one hit and it's dead, right? Just get some like good weapons and good range stuff, and then just fucking thin them out, and burn them out. Time to delete System 32. We need the flamethrower, the big flamethrower.
Of the next wave, I had King and Squire shuffle their way through the sea of corpses to the front of the base, where they lit fire to the surrounding vegetation. This would hopefully spread outward, ravaging our enemies on approach. It may also spread inward, but at this point that might actually clean the place up a bit. I also had our mortar team load high explosive and toxin-filled shells.
You weren't doing that already? What the fuck? Reggie, you should be doing that from the start, buddy. Before they got into your walls, bro. Told you not to underestimate the squirrels. Fire and wood building isn't great here. Yeah, that's a fair point. He is probably gonna set himself alight here, but I don't think he cares
for
anymore.
The attack. If these rodent fucks want us dead, they'll have to be prepared to reenact the Normandy landings every day for the rest of the challenge. The squirrels approached under heavy artillery fire. They reached the outer wall, at which point they assembled into a formation known only as FPS Killer.
Yeah, this is unwatchable, bro. Then he would set himself on fire. Listen, I don't play with fire, okay? Because fire hurt me as a child, and I'm scared. Ever since then, I've been scared of it. Like, legit, I can't use fire to, like, cook. Like, you have, like, gas hobs and stuff like that? I can't. I got burned very badly as a kid, and ever since then, I've been, petrified of fire. I do not like going near fire or having it near me.
Actually, it looks like the squirrels aren't doing anything, but that's just because my game has involuntarily been put in slow motion, and the squirrel hive mind is now deciding how to best assault our defenses. Honestly, with these numbers, it doesn't really matter. The attackers washed upon us with all the grace of a ruptured sewage pipe, storming through my caltrops, surviving mineshaft collapses, and even showing surprising resilience to nerve gas. You'd think that at some point, the squirrels would wise up to our traps. I mean, they're literally slowly shuffling towards them in a single file line. But much like Chinese factories,
It's a conga line of death. That's what it is. That's what it
Factory
fucking
workers,
is.
they are simply unable to resist launching themselves into industrial machinery. Eventually, they did manage to prop open some of our doors and circumvent many of our traps entirely. That said, they weren't without their casualties. Fire was spreading through their ranks, and as they filtered into our final defensive position, we engaged them in.
Oh shit, they're actually not gonna do it. Holy shit, they're actually not gonna do this. What the? We got beat by squirrels, bro. Boo, Armisto, fuck you, man. Probably come to Rimworld because he has a limited resource, 3 mortars, then flamers,
A
probably.
razor-thin fight to the death. Fearing this might be the end, I had the remaining colonists ingest a highly potent combat.
Luciferium, oh no. Luciferium is like a sick combat drug, but it kills you if you don't have like a constant fix of it. So like, as soon as you take one bit of Luciferium, you're addicted. And if you don't constantly like keep it up, you die basically.
Drug known as Luciferum. It would kill us eventually, but then again, so would the squirrels.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of a different drug then. I'm thinking of a different drug. This one just kills you anyway, but it gives you really, really good like combat
And so we decided not to go quietly into that sweet night. For every inch of ground gained, they lost dozens to IEDs, arrow turrets, and withering gunfire. And after 21 consecutive hours of fighting, 1,024 squirrels lay defeated in various stages of our fortress.
See, I told you to do it. I never doubted them for a second. This is where editor me cuts back to like 5 minutes ago. Oh, well, they're not gonna do it. I knew they'd do it. I knew they'd fucking do it. Oxygen kills you just slowly over 100 years. Had an animal eat something before? It's not over yet, surely. Nah, this is it.
This moment is bittersweet. We survived, but our base is entirely demolished from a combination of explosions, fire, and collateral damage. Furthermore, we've used up most of our fuel and all of our munitions, and our colonists are going absolutely fucking nuts. With 3 hours left,
they've not eaten, they've not slept, and they've had no recreation. Their mental is in shambles.
Until the next wave, reality is pounding on our door, and it's time to answer. We simply won't be able to survive these next 2,000 squirrels, but we might be able to kill them. For you, my final subscribers, the best fate I can offer is a Viking funeral. We collected the remaining chem fuel from our stockpile and scattered it around this large wooden warehouse. We're going to let all the squirrels into this structure, and then we're going to lock the door. You see, the rules of this challenge state that I'm not allowed to prevent the squirrels from getting to us, but we didn't say anything about preventing them from getting away from us. Once the squirrels have entered the house, Sebi will spring out from his hiding place, closing the door and trapping 2,000 squirrels and 8 colonists in our final trap. Day 20.
This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up.
28 noon. The final wave is upon us. Survival is a thing of the past now. From here, we are concerned only with sending a message of human resilience and of hope for a better, squirrel-free world. For legal purposes, I am required to disclose that there is no subtext to what I am currently saying. I tried my best to create a funnel that would allow for maximum squirrel acquisition within our remaining moments of life. I had fashioned one last incendiary fertilizer trap and placed it in the center of the base. At this point,
I'm literally speechless. Like, this is insane. Big they are billions lives. Oh yeah, 100%.
The 2,000 squirrels were marauding their way through our base, and eventually they started pouring into the warehouse. We gunned down all we could, but eventually the trap was triggered, igniting the inferno that would rage as a monument to the ferocity of these 10 brave men. The doors are locked, escape is impossible, and though the squirrels struck us down, I think we managed some sort of deranged moral victory through self-immolation. I'd like to observe a moment.
Deranged is definitely the term I would use for this. Moral? Maybe not, but deranged I think is
of silence for those lost today. And with that, our challenge is over. We may have lost the
a literal like split second. It's
battle, but from what I've seen here, I think we can win the war. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think Rimworld has exceptional creative potential, and I've even hired some modders to help me bring my drug-induced visions to life.
No, Reggie, you should not be allowed to mod this game. No, Reggie, no, you should not be allowed to mod this fucking game, bro.
One big shout out to our channel members and patrons, and finally, thank you for watching.
Don't get me wrong,
Oh, damn. So that was good. That was actually good. I basically want to play Rimworld. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, I always go through like periods of like being super into Rimworld for like months and then getting bored of it and leaving it for like, for like a couple months and then coming back to it. Rimworld is one of those games I always come back to. So at some point, I will be back into Rimworld.